Something that Tom Brady brought up a couple of times in this game was that the Eagles defense was shading heavily to the strong side of the Steelers formation, the side that they have more eligible receivers on. And what that means is that the guy on the weak side, the X receiver, the position that would normally be George Pickens, that's currently being platooned by Mike Williams and Miller, Scotty Miller. They're not winning their matchups. The X receiver is the guy who is most often soloed up on his side of the field. He's the guy who can win those solo matchups. He's a Kobe Bryant type who can create on his own. He can play that ISO ball. The Y receiver, which is your tight end, and the Z receiver, they're on the other side of the ball with the slot. And you can scheme those guys off of each other to create opportunities for any of those guys. So they don't have to be able to win on their own. What we're seeing without George Pickens out there is number one, Wilson isn't taking the chances over the top on those back shoulder balls. Pickens wouldn't necessarily win those routes at a fantastic rate either, but he was getting the chances to make the catch because Russ was just chucking it. And Pickens, with the superior contested catch ability, he was finding ways to come down with it more often than not. You got to at least chuck that one up to keep the defense honest because the Eagles were entirely disrespecting the weak side's ability to win. We don't need any safety help over the top for this guy. We can flood all our extra help to the strong side of the field, to the schemes they're trying to play. That's what George Pickens not being out there does to this offense. What do we talk about Minka Fitzpatrick doing for this defense? Is taking away the entire center field for the offense. George Pickens does the equivalent of that to the defense. He makes you put two guys on his side of the field. When you spend all week preparing for George Pickens and then you find out he's not going to play, you're basically playing with 12 men on defense because you have an extra guy who's not focused on helping on that side of the field and he's free to slide over to the other side and, deal with whatever kind of game you're trying to run on him.